1450 WOL, where information is power.
Yeah, we got the power. We got the information, that technology information. It's yours truly, Mr. Zay. It's Chaz 2Z.
Yep, right here.
And KC Kellep Charles in the building, securityorb.com.
What's up? What's up?
And we're back. It's the Tech Talk Show, the most exciting, innovative show in the world about technology.
Right. We have a very interesting guest on the line. His name is Alton Drew. He is the managing director of the Alton Drew Group, and he recently wrote an article about white space and how it can possibly help bridge the digital divide, which we've spoken on so many other times in some previous shows.
So I think quickly we should explain to the audience what white space, what we mean when we say that.
Yeah, we'll let Alton do that, and I'll probably kind of chime in a little bit.
All right, let's do it.
He's,
Alton.
I guess, the expert.
On Drew, are you on the line?
I'm on the line, gentlemen. Good evening.
How
welcome,
you doing?
welcome to the Tech Talk Show.
Thank you.
In the studio we have Mr. Zay. We have Chaz 2Zs and myself, KC, on the line.
All right.
And, just like Chaz has stated, I guess if you could just give us a little information on what white space is, kind of lead into your article how white space will help with the digital divide.
Okay. Coming at a definition as a non-engineer myself, white space refers to the airwaves that carries television signals. So in the recently old analog days of television, you've got the airwaves that they broadcast on, and with each channel, there's a buffer between, say, channel 10 and channel 12. And this buffer, or the white space, is there to keep the signals from crossing and mixing up with each other.
Okay. Right.
Now, since we've gone from analog, these television stations are leaving analog and going to digital, more of the spectrum, or the airwaves, if you will, are being freed up, and this includes white space. And again, white space is just more spectrum. It's this buffering area, and the advantage of white space is unlicensed spectrum, unlicensed airwaves, but more importantly, because of the way it's comprised. Again, I'm not an engineer, but white space allows it's a lower frequency airwave. Therefore, signals can travel further, and they can travel through, or have less of a hard time traveling through objects, trees, buildings, and what have you. So one hoped for benefit is that where we've got underserved or even unserved populations, whether in urban areas, but more so in rural areas, it's hoped that this white space, using white space, we'll be able to get more broadband services, or broadband services to more people, whether you live in rural areas or urban areas.
So we're talking about we can get high quality broadband service for a cheaper cost, and then get it to areas or people who were previously unable to serve
or underserved right now.
Yeah, and just
that's exciting.
On cheaper service, we hope it's cheaper, and we hope that the savings will come on the supplier side, because let's say broadband access provider Smith.
Right.
Instead of going out and bidding on spectrum from the FCC, which is usually done to acquire the right to use certain airwaves to carry your signals, if you can now use this unlicensed space, that saves you money up front.
Right.
Cash strapped, you don't have to worry about that. Then you can focus on your product development, marketing your product, and getting it out to your target market, target consumer.
Yeah, and Alton, you mentioned the FCC. I read somewhere that there's supposed to be a ruling on this particular thing coming up soon?
Yes. On the 23rd, the FCC has what's called an open meeting. And what they're going to be reviewing, really specifically what they're going to be reviewing, are about 17 objections to their previous white space ruling. Back in November of 2008, they approved rules that in essence, opened up the use of white space for certain what we call television band devices. So the rules are already there for the lawyer types who may be listening in. That's 47 CFR section part 15, I believe, 15.700. Bottom line, the rules are already there. So they came out November of 2008. But with every rule, the commission puts the rules out, and they basically say, hey, here they are. What do you think? Anybody object? And people objected. Ironically, supporters and people opposed to freeing up white space.
Yeah, and I guess one of the biggest supporters is Google right now, because I heard they've actually implemented this in Ohio.
Yes, Google came out with an announcement, I think last week, that they've implemented. They made an announcement from Ohio, so I'm guessing they did implement something in Ohio.
Yes, at a hospital.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Google as well as Microsoft. Microsoft is testing the use of white space on its 500-acre campus. And
wow.
So instead of using, according to published reports, instead of using thousands of routers to get the signal out there, they're only using 2 transmitters for 500 acres. So it's being used, it's being done. It's just a matter now of the FCC, going back to this meeting on the 23rd, of the FCC addressing the concerns of these 17 petitioners. And the concerns from these guys range from the TV broadcasters. For example, there's a Society of Broadcast Engineers. They're still concerned about interference from devices that use white space, interference on TV broadcast signals, for example.
Right.
Then you've got the wireless internet service providers. They're concerned about having to engineer their devices in order to, for example, search certain databases to ensure that channels are actually open and free that they can use to transmit on. So that's going to run up their cost for these devices. That's what they're concerned about. So what the FCC will have to do, again, they've already got the rules. They're on the books. They're in their rule books, but they can't go any further with really going out there and promoting white space until they address these concerns. Again, these concerns were raised between November of 2008 and around March of 2009, and for a number of reasons, due to extensions for comment periods, and also the FCC has been focused really on this other issue of net neutrality. We're just now getting around to addressing these 17 petitioners. So on Thursday, this is just
this is on the 23rd, right?
Excuse me, what's that?
This is on the 23rd, right?
On the 23rd, that's correct.
Right.
So what may happen is the FCC may say, hey, guys, we listened to your concerns, but we're going forward with the rules as written. Thanks.
You know, it would make sense that they do that, and I'm only saying this because, Obama's speaking on Monday, and there's a lot of things that are going to change after he gives this speech that's going to really impact the economy and a whole slew of other things. Mm-hmm. But one of his initiatives that he's trying to do right now in working with the FCC is make sure that every home has access to the Internet, and it seems like this would be one of the things that would really, actually empower that and be aligned with that whole initiative.
Yes, and that's a very good point because with the other issues that have been distracting the FCC and also with the economy, one, it is expected that they're going to pass these rules.
Right.
Or they're going to, I'll put it this way, the rules are already there. It is expected that they're going to go forward with promoting them, or that they may tweak the rules to address some of these concerns. But I see, I and other people more in the know in the D.C. area and the industry, we don't see the rules not going forward. We don't see the rules not being promoted. They will be, because they will help to address the competition issues, the alternative access issues, as well as, and getting back to your point about the economy, it gives application designers, if you will, another market to target when it comes to, hey, I've got this application I want to guys. Or there's this device we want to put out on the market. There's a device that can help these communities get online a lot faster using white space.
That's so. And let me tell you something. That's what's exciting. The use of white space. If we can make this beneficial for our communities, then it will be fantastic. And I tell you what else is beneficial for our communities. The people who are attending the CBC right now. We got ODO live on the line. ODO, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is ODO for the Tech Talk Show. We are live at the Congressional Black Caucus Phoenix Awards dinner that President Obama will be speaking at. You can
wow.
Live. You can watch me live right now on our website, www.thetechtalkshow.com. www.ning.com. And if you're on the website right now, you can see behind me where people are streaming into the dinner for this evening. And it's going down. It's definitely going down.
This is so exciting. You know, can you tell us a little bit about some of the events that went on yesterday and some of the places you went through? I shared it with the folks. Let us know what happened yesterday as well.
Oh, yeah, yesterday was an exciting day. You know, as soon as I walked into CBC, I ran right into Justin Jackson and Alex Sharpton. You know, just to name some names that were there. The new D.C. mayor was in attendance.
And that's Mayor Gray, right?
Yeah, Mayor Gray was here.
Shout out to Mayor Gray. Congratulations on your win for the DMV.
Absolutely. And so, you know, you got a lot of notables, and you also have a lot of information on, you know, just how technology has changed the landscape of politics in America. And so, you know, there's been different forms, you know, I mean, ranging from film, blacks in film, to, you know, technology, to environmental issues. And the big issue that's been at the helm of this particular conference this year has been energy. And is green actually the new black? And is that a way for black Americans is that a niche?
All right. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back from the break, we'll go ahead and
find out whether green is the new black.
Right. And Alton, if you could hang on the line, we'll come back to you as well.
Sure, great.
All right.
1450 WOL, where information is